going on, y'all? I want to check out this clip from Asmongold, and I think it's talking about something that Trump did. Let's see what's going down.
Marijuana from Schedule 1, grouped like drugs like heroin, having no accepted medical use. Holy shit.
At the same time, the facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical. Recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered in some
facts.
Oh my god. Bro.
They about to make it fully legal?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. There we go. All right. I didn't even know this. This is great. So apparently, I guess I didn't know it because it literally just happened.
In cases,
what happened?
This may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers.
Wow.
They cause tremendous problems. This can do it in a much lesser way, can make people feel much better that are living through tremendous pain and problems. 40 states and multiple U.S. territories have already recognized the use of medical marijuana.
Oh my God.
This reclassification order will make it far easier to conduct marijuana-related medical research, allowing us to study benefits, potential dangers, and future treatments. It's going to have a
They should have brought Snoop Dogg for this.
Tremendously positive impact, I believe.
Funny as hell.
We're also asking Congress to reconsider its classification of hemp-derived CBD.
Oh my God. Damn, bro, this is nuts.
To ensure seniors can access CBD products they have found beneficial for pain.
My dad used it, yeah.
I'm a elder right now. Make it legal.
People are literally dying, and they're dying with tremendous pain, and this
like you can get CBD right now.
In many cases, literally stop it. And
yeah. Yeah, look at the dude's hand behind Trump. Yeah, this guy with all the tattoos. It's just there in the White House now. Yeah, there you go. And wow.
They have their senses about them, as opposed to painkillers, which don't allow that. Don't allow them to die with dignity.
This is awesome.
I promise to be the president of common sense, and that is.
I remember.
That partaking right now.
My dad, whenever he was on I forgot which situation this was, but I remember he was walking around and he was getting around great. Everything was fine. And I found out the reason why is that he was on two different kinds of painkillers. He was fucking high as shit, and he had taken shrooms. And I remember him walking, and he was just walking on the wall, halfway like this.
I ain't doing shrooms. I can't do it. I can't, the way my brain works already. I think that'd take me over the top. I cannot do it, bro. Certain things I'll stick to green.
He's like, no, it's okay. I can walk you out. It'll be fine. And then he's talking to me. And then he just starts fucking falling over. And I chop him. He's like, what's wrong? Why are you stopping me for? And I'm like, because you're falling on the ground. He's like, oh, no, I'm fine. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's good. I just can't.
This happens all the time.
This is exactly what we're doing. This is really something having to do with common sense. And it's something.
And
yeah, I'm from the city. They've been hating on New York for quite some time when it comes to making it fully legal. Nah, BX microdose, it's awesome. I don't know. A lot of people keep saying that. I don't know. I just think my brain is gonna fucking lose its mind. I think that'll be the final step. Step for me to go full Joker mode. I think I start trying that. I'm going full Joker. I don't think it will be nothing stopping me. I don't know. Just do not watch the movie Beowulf when you take them. See? That's crazy. That's not like the first time when I smoked. I was tripping. Shrooms and green damn mix. I'm gonna just stick to green, man. Plus, the green I'll be having is strong as hell. So.
What? The moral of the story is that he was in a good mood. He was in a good mood.
Having to do with the fact that so many people that I respect ask me to people that are having problems, big problems. They're having big problems with illness, with cancer in particular.
Oh, yeah.
I now want to ask Dr. Oz to say a few words, followed by Dr. Braun, Dr. Cassidy.
This is awesome.
My first time smoking.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was going to happen.
Nigga, I thought they was sending in agents to get me. I remember doing cartwheels by the front door. My older brother like, what you doing? I'm like, you don't hear them? They out front. They about to get us, nigga. They about to get us. Yo, I was losing it, bro. Losing it. I remember every time I laid down, I felt better. But then when I sat up straight, my head was hurting. And then I was watching TV. I remember watching a comedy show and not laughing. But a Windex commercial came on and I was fucking cracking up. I don't remember why it was so funny, but I was dying, nigga. Dying. But I kept thinking somebody's about to come kick in the front door. Government agents, man. Should I still think that, actually? Who am I kidding?
I mean, I mean, this should have happened a long time ago, honestly. I feel like this is maybe one of the instances where it's like break in case of low ratings and like low poll numbers, which is like, I think this is good, by the way. This is a good thing. And this is the reason why people should hold his feet to the fire with this shit, right? Because we will continue to get...
Every time you stood up, you laughed? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, that was wild. But you said it was good, though, overall. Said green and a little sippity sip. That was a good night right there. Oh, man. That do sound like a good night. I ain't going front. Do sound like a good night. Put on a long ass TV show and just binge. Throw some fried chicken in the mix. That's a really good night. That's the type of shit you get put on Community. Watch all the seasons. When is the Community movie coming out? They need to stop playing with that. So I watched the Roku screensaver for 2 hours. That's funny.
Get better things if we just don't accept mediocre outcomes.
Just sitting there. Like,
that's it. Thank God it happened. No, I think you're right. Is that he's probably doing this because there's been a huge lack of sentiment that's positive towards Trump recently. And I think that's very well deserved in a lot of cases. And the fact is that, like, yes, how do I want a lawmaker to improve sentiment with the public? Well, maybe by doing things the public should want. A lot of Americans are retard thinks Venezuela stands a chance against the U.S. Venezuela stands a chance against the U.S. Oh my God! Can we get OTC marijuana everywhere now? I don't know yet. And Tylenol with codeine. Ooh, I get that whenever they pull my teeth out. And so misinformation, disinformation about what President Trump is scheduling does not mean legal.
I've gone to certain states and they had it over the counter. I was tripping. I was like, you could just buy it? Like at the 7-Eleven? Oh, get like 5 in a video game.
Legalizing, yeah, obviously it's not, making it not as bad. That's very clearly what it is. So, man, honored
to do this.
Man. There we go.
That's a good one.
So what happens now? Because I have been seeing a lot of dispensaries.
It sure is.
I've been seeing mad dispensaries open up. In Puerto Rico, all over the planet.
Don't accept mediocre outcomes. Don't accept mediocrity. Don't accept bullshit. Don't accept, oh, well, we can't really do this or anything else.
I heard Vegas is supposed to be pretty good too. My mom was showing me pictures when she visited. I was like, yo, bring me something back. Y'all got sodas? What? Get me a soda. She's like, I can't carry that with me. I'm like, damn. I would love to try a soda. I've heard about that too. I've heard they got like chicken. That's sound like heaven to me. A mixture of two things that I love. Chicken and green. What?
Else, because if you don't accept that shit, things will continue to improve.
Oh, the soda. I heard the soda's dangerous though, because you don't know how much is about to hit you. It's like an edible. You drinking too much, it might mess you up.
Prove and get better. I think this is great, and I think also people should expect to see more improvements and things get better. And so that's it. And could reduce fentanyl use. Yeah, I mean, I think that you're right. Is that let's see if I find if there's more.
Announced that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people.
Yeah, we've seen this one before too.
You said you could send it through the mail now. That would be insane.
But yeah, wow.
What?
And
they could reschedule marijuana as a less dangerous drug. Now that would mean that it would no longer be in the same category with drugs like heroin, LSD.
I mean, heroin and LSD are like way higher scale than marijuana. Like if you have heroin and marijuana in the same schedule, in the same category.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. No, heroin and marijuana being in the same category, that sounds insane. That sounds like, what was the name of that movie? Is it Pineapple Express? I think in the beginning of it, when they got the military dude trying green, and he's just tripping out. So they banned that shit. That must have been what happened. And they must not have liked them getting the munchies and cracking jokes. So they just banned it. Nah, nigga, that shit is a miracle. I'm telling you, fam, I was way different. I've brought people that knew me from the hood on stream. Remember that? I gotta see if I still have that video when my little brother came on. I was telling y'all how I was whipping ass out here. Like I was Chuck Norris in this bitch. But yeah, green calmed me down tremendously. And it slows my thinking down. I feel like my brain be moving too fast.
You're being a fucking retard. You're being a retard. Everybody knows these are two massively different things.
Those types of things, it would graduate to the same group as Tylenol with codeine and
kind of weak joints you had. I felt like that until it hit me. I felt like that until it hit me. I ate a whole Rice Krispie bar. I thought it was nothing. Started smoking more. Like, man, this ain't doing nothing to me. I walked around the house for 2 hours looking for the broom. So one of my friends was like, yo, the broom been in your hand this whole time. Why you waited 2 hours to tell me? He was like, I'm high too. I was like, oh, that's crazy. That shit hit me hard as hell. You might have just had like a week supply, or you just ate a small amount. If you're a bigger dude like me, you got to eat a little bit more, right? Instead of having a piece of the Rice Krispie bar, take like multiple bites. Like we have a higher tolerance, but it will hit you if you eat enough.
Steroids. Now,
that's nothing, man.
Reclassifying does not mean that recreational marijuana use is going to be legal everywhere, but it does mean that the medical uses of cannabis would be recognized and would make researching it a whole lot easier. Absolutely. It could also be a very big win for the cannabis industry. Joining us now is someone who knows that industry very well, founder and CEO of Flow Hub, Kyle Sherman. Kyle, great to see you. So walk us through what reclassifying marijuana like this could actually mean for the cannabis industry.
There you go.
Schedule 1? Yeah, now really they're going to have to rename the game.
Gotti.
Schedule
we've
3.
been waiting for 55 years, to see some federal movement on cannabis. It's pretty crazy. It's happening here, potentially here in 2024.
My dad would be very happy to see this. This is crazy.
5. And really what this means for cannabis businesses, retailers, growers.
Yo, Raina, I don't know if you missed it. That's the story I told when I first started smoking. Exactly what you just described. I was doing cartwheels by the front door, like, yo, they coming in here, son. The police, somebody coming in here. Government out to get us, nigga. We've been talking too much. My brother was like, yo, calm down, calm down. But yeah, I was having that. That just means that you had too much. Whatever you had, just a little bit at a time. I had a friend, I tried to tell him, like, yo, you got a micro, take little pieces, wait. And then if you don't feel nothing, take another piece, wait. Can't just eat it all at once or just have a little piece and just, no. Think that is the same effect. You said you took 15 and wigged the F out? Damn. Yeah, it took a whole brownie to hit me. I couldn't do the little smaller pieces at a time. Like, even times when I get like candy or something like that, gummy bears, I have to have multiple. I went to hang out with my older brother and he had some of the Mike Tyson ones. I'm sure it's just crazy. Mike Tyson got his own brand. And what's his name too? I think Holyfield. I think I called them James Holyfield ears. I was like, is that a real thing? Holyfield ears. Wow, yeah. That's insane. But I've had those. I've tried them. It took a few of them to hit me, but it hit me.
You know, manufacturers of infused products, edibles. This means they're not going to have to pay a tax called 280E. And 280E is a crazy tax that was really put in place for federal drug traffickers in the early 80s. And it said, hey, you know.
Only thing that calmed me down was chicken. I mean, that literally, my brother went to the store and got us some fried chicken. And I was tearing that shit up. Apparently, I was calm as hell. Damn near laying down, eating chicken. And I was calm.
If you're going to try to write off, business expenses for a federally illegal business that you're running, well, then you can't do that. And so the issue here is you've got all these great American businesses, over 40,000 of them across the United States, employing over 500,000 Americans who basically are penalized using that tax code. And so they're paying upwards of
this is something that's been going on for a while. And I think that recently, like, this is something, like, obviously, like, I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I have no intention of ever doing it. Doesn't matter if it was legal or not. I don't drink alcohol. And so, like, to me, I don't give a shit. But at the same time, I think this is obviously a great thing. It is. It's a great thing. Very happy to see this.
Who basically are penalized using that tax.
And, like, sorry, I had to step back because I forgot my train of thought.
It's going to be good for business.
What I was going to say is that a lot of people have complained that a lot of the dispensaries that sell medical marijuana are selling at a very, very high rate, which is causing people to buy it off of the black market or off of, like, basically a gray market, the same as they had been for, like, decades before then. And I think that there's like a secondary problem with that is that if you're doing that and you're buying something that's from like a secondary source that's not a verified dealer, that stuff, it could have other bad stuff in it, basically. So, like, if you have something that's technically legal, but the regulations are...
Yeah, that's why you gotta, like, in a video game, know a guy, you know what I mean? You can't just be getting it all willy-nilly from just some rando. You tripping like that. Never do nothing like that.
Around it, make it unfeasible to buy and sell legally, then, you're still going to have the black market. And you're still going to have people that have that happen. Like fentanyl, yeah, like it's laced with something else. So you see how this also attacks a problem that it basically causes another problem.
Code, and so they're
like
paying upwards of an 80% effective tax rate. And what that means is, like, a big alcohol company, my God, he could go right off a Super Bowl commercial.
Jesus.
And a cannabis dispensary can't even write off toilet paper. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And we talk about it here in California, but we've seen a lot of the regulation and a lot of the restrictions leading to like this black market for marijuana where it's legal. It's just for some, they find it a lot cheaper to buy the stuff that's not.
So true.
Way
not
cheaper.
necessarily licensed, doesn't really
So
fit into the regulations, and is grown in places that the state of California would not like to see it grown. Do you see any of what could happen with this?
I've seen dispensaries and was like, you want me to pay how much, nigga? Like, what? I ain't gonna front. It was good. It was, I think I got some moon rock from a dispensary. It was good. But still, nigga, it was expensive.
Reclassification changing that at all?
Yeah, well, look, I think this is the first step in a long time, like I mentioned.
No surprise there.
That we're going to see some changes federally and some recognition that this is a real medicinal product. State law is separate from federal law, right? These are truly laboratories of democracy in every single state. Every state's actually uniquely different in how they regulate cannabis. This is a very highly regulated product. In some cases,
I think the entire panic around smoking weed is so fucking retarded that growing up, even I thought it was ridiculous. Like, I remember whenever weed was illegal, and like there would be people talking about it in school, saying like why it should be illegal, and like they're bringing up like the Bible and other stupid fucking reasons like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about, the Bible? Like, it's a fucking plant. If God made everything on the earth, he made this plant too. Like, what do you mean? How can you smoke the plant of tobacco, but you can't smoke the plant of fucking hemp? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And so anyway, I've always thought this was so ridiculous. It's so dumb. And I would even go as far to say that it seems to me, okay?
It's not something that I've never really touched on because I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. And I'm a smoker. I personally believe, this is just personal, the way it's helped me, that it was put here to help for me. That's just me. All right, now if you can't manage it, then I get you. Also, I'm not a pastor.
I'm not a fucking expert on this, right? But I have seen way more people ruin their lives over alcohol than I have over weed. And by the way, it's like at a 10-to-1 ratio. Actually, I don't know anybody that's really ever ruined their life explicitly over weed, period.
Never.
Probably over-regulated.
So, yeah.
I mean, I often say we actually regulate cannabis, I think, better than we regulate uranium in the United States. Every plant is tagged.
I've seen people get their life together. 100%. I've seen people get their life right, being high out their mom.
It's ridiculous.
In the grow.
It's such a ridiculous. Like, why is there so much oversight over people smoking cannabis? It's ridiculous.
Essentially, as it moves through the supply chain, you get these batch tags. Yeah. When leaves fall off the plant in a grow, they're literally sent into the state, the weight of those leaves, all the way through the point of sale. When it's
think about how ridiculous that is. That's like Karen bureaucracy garbage. Of course, this is dumb.
Into retail. So this is an incredibly transparent industry today. Look, at the end of the day, dispensaries, regulated dispensaries check IDs, and we know the illicit market does not. The more that the federal government recognizes how big this industry is, this regulated industry is across all of these U.S. states, look, the better off we are at shutting down the black market. That illicit market exists because there's demand for the product, so we shouldn't overtax it.
He's right.
I'm so glad
he's completely right.
Brought up the IDs.
It's so obvious.
The black market not checking IDs. I mean, critics of reclassifying marijuana, like they will always say, like, this downplays health risks. It leads to increased use, and then the youth are going to smoke more marijuana.
All of this could be applied to alcohol. So unless you want to regulate alcohol as a Schedule III drug, then I don't want to hear at all about why weed is a unique problem.
You respond to
facts or cigarettes.
It's ridiculous.
I think you got to look back to alcohol prohibition, right? If we're trying.
So true. So true. Like, you know what? Like, it's absolutely.
Bootlegging ever?
Exactly.
trying to prohibit cannabis in the United States, I mean, there's huge demand for it. I think Al Capone would be all about prohibition, right? I mean, this creates a criminal market. And by regulating the industry, you know, this brings into a much safer position for Americans, right?
One of the things that a lot of like people don't understand is the way that large companies and pseudo monopolies advocate for regulation in order to create a barrier to entry for a market, in order for them to effectively have a de facto monopoly on the market. They basically 100%. Use regulations to pull the ladder up against other competitors so they 100%. Can't compete because they don't have...
Asman is cooking. They do not want up and coming, I guess you could say, criminals to legitimize their business and eventually become a competition for them, which is fucked up. You know how hard it is to even get a license to sell in the city? Mad hard. Because of all the regulations. They're purposely doing that so only the big players can be able to play the game. They've added an entryway. What Trump is doing might lower the entry, which will make more people become legitimate and would lower the crime in that aspect. I'm guilty of smoking cigarettes and green, but I don't drink alcohol, I don't do anything else. I'm the same way, but I don't smoke cigarettes. Green is just my choice, but I don't rock with alcohol. I used to drink in my 20s when I was like younger, like early 20s, I would say. But I stopped that. It's not that quick. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. The effects of it, headaches in the morning, so stupid.
Have the large enough scale in
for me, but then I'm talking about like partying, drinking, having a little, you know, occasional drink or like wine or something. I'm not mad at, but if you're going hard in the paint for drinking, nah, that's not for me.
In order to offset the regulatory costs into their actual, their business.
I was living like situation. Jersey Shore
business. That's what they do.
Wow.
You don't want kids shopping for cannabis in the streets.
Yeah, it's fucking obviously.
You know, at all. Like, that's crazy. Drug dealers don't check IDs. And so I always tell critics, look, the regulated market's really important for the future of America. There's demand for this product. During the height of the war on drugs, it did not stop people from consuming.
No.
Let's make sure we keep it away from kids.
And you got to get it from them too. So, like, even as the retailer, it's going to be more expensive than if you was to get it the other way. That's crazy. Some people going to think they slick and then try to like, yeah, it's a long story.
We keep it available for adults. You know, look, Schedule 3, lastly here,
exactly.
Gotti, Schedule 3 like doesn't mean a zillion dispensaries are going to open up overnight at all. In fact, it doesn't really do a whole lot other than say, hey, look, we're going to end this punitive tax code, and hey, we're going to open up research. And that's also really great for Americans. You know, really, this is not a pro-cannabis thing. This is not an anti-cannabis thing. This is a pro-reality thing here with Schedule 3.
Yeah, of course.
Founder of Flow Hub, Kyle Sherman, really appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Kyle's right.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, he right about all this. I follow that guy. He knows what he's talking about. And so, yeah, isn't marijuana illegal in some states, though? I'm always confused how the U.S. works. Okay, yeah, it's stupid, right? It's confusing. But like that weed is illegal in, what do you call it? It's illegal federally, but there's states that allow it. So unless the federal police come in and go after you for it, then in general, nothing's going to happen. So it's basically like, why would they give a shit about this? Why would they care? And that's pretty much it. You definitely smoke.
So when I was a teenager, I messed up my stomach over drinking alcohol. My friend and I polished off a bottle of Pendleton and a nasty cheap whiskey called Mama's Apple Pie. Ever since then, alcohol makes my stomach hurt. Damn. I feel you on that, though. I also can't drink energy drinks because they hurt my stomach too. I understand that. Definitely understand that. I think, what was it that made me stop? Four Loko, before they recalled it. There's something that everyone was drinking in the hood called Four Loko. And that was horrible. And she was like drinking coffee and alcohol at the same time. I think they recalled it and then switched the formula, but it had the same effects of what you're describing.
Gosh, I don't smoke anything. I don't like the idea of smoking. I find the concept and the process of smoking to be very disgusting, to be honest with you. I think it's disgusting. I don't have any interest in doing it. I think...
Not you knowing about for look. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think y'all was going to know about that. Yeah, when it first came out, or at least when it first started getting popping, and it became like something that a lot of people in my neighborhood was drinking. And then I remember one time going to the studio and drinking it and feeling horrible. Like it felt like I wanted to pass out, but I was fully awake the whole time. It was one of the worst feelings in the world. Then I started seeing my friends drinking it and going crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm not only going to not drink this anymore. I think I'm good off alcohol, actually. I think I'm straight. You heard of Four Locos too? Yeah, them shit is horrible.
Just the act of doing it is gross.
Alcohol, energy drink.
And again, like I don't judge other people for doing it. I don't think there's a problem with doing it, but I have no interest in doing it myself. Will this affect anyone in jail? I mean, in my opinion, I don't think anybody should be in jail for any violent marijuana crime. It's like, unless you're selling it to like kids or something like that, I think that all of those people should be immediately let out of jail and replaced with your local shoplifters and problem causers at.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Get them up out of there, because that shit is insane.
CVS. So yeah, what about edibles and THC patches? This is a principle that I have.
Four Locos,
and in general, I don't like putting things.
If I didn't drink that, the other drinks that we liked, it was this is gonna sound crazy, Ciroc. The Diddy drink. You shouldn't call it the Diddy drink, but the alcohol that he was promoting and pushing. It was like a vodka.
In my body that don't need to be there. Period.
Sound crazy. So Diddy drink. No, this is shit they sold in stores. But he was promoting and selling it like crazy. I think he had like a deal with it, which I just learned from the documentary.
Like I drink like soda a lot, but in general, like I don't like taking any medicine. Like I don't want to fuck up the homeostasis of my body any more than I already have. So yeah, and really, does that include soda? Well, no, but you could say it like this. You could think about it like this. Like I'm already drinking soda a lot, so I'm kind of capped out on my unhealthy habits. So that's I feel like you have to pick your poison and not pick a dozen different poisons. So I'm already drinking a lot of soda. So
Nah, I'm feeling on that. Shit, soda be messing my stomach up too now. I gotta only have a little bit. I can't have a bunch of soda. I'm gonna start getting sick.
So let's isolate the amount of problems that I have to just like 1 or 2 rather than like 10. So yeah, that's the way I see it. Sound like the Crystal Girl saying that? Maybe I do, but that's the way I think about things.
You said I remember Four Locos. I remember you could buy them. I'm not gonna read the rest of that. But me and my friends started drinking them once we started getting towards the age of aging out the group home. Started coughing at the craziest time. So yeah, what you're saying is absolutely correct.
So anyway, yeah, the cope harder. Well, I'm just saying that
right when I
think that in general, and also like I would be healthier if I didn't drink soda. I don't think soda is not good for you. Like, am I saying that? Of course I'm not saying that. So very clearly I choose to do that because I enjoy doing that, but I can live without these other things. And it's like, why would I start doing a drug or engaging in a behavior that maybe I could get addicted to, or I would really like, that could be detrimental for me in the long run. Like, I'm fine with the way that I am now. So why would I intentionally make things worse for myself by doing that? Do you see kind of what I'm saying here?
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, you're super. I don't think so. I mean, like, again, I have been incredibly lucky that I have had basically no health problems. I have had, knock on wood, right? No health problems, no other type of like issues at all. And, I'm 35 and I pretty much live the same way that I always have. Zero sugar is poison. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, good genes, I guess, right? And pretty much everybody in my family it either died from being an alcoholic or somehow got killed or something like that, or they lived pretty long time, right? And even my dad, he was 78, and this was after like he had half of his lung taken out, and there was like 4 or 5 other things that had happened. Like, yeah, that's it. So I try not to, tempt fate too much, but I also consider myself quite lucky. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. You're right, but being skinny doesn't mean you're healthy, but being fat means you're unhealthy. So it's a little bit different there. But yeah, a huge W for Trump.
Doctors would tell me the opposite with their weird asses. I was mad as hell when I went to the hospital. I was feeling pain in my chest. I go there, they tell me I got the body of an athlete. I almost karate. No, I ain't gonna say it. My mom had to tell me relax. I'm like, nigga, I'm in pain, bro. What are you talking about? Take a Tylenol. I was like, you mother. So yeah, he's right though.
It's undeniable. This is great. I'm very happy about this. I don't see how anybody would complain about this or get mad. Let's see.
We are considering that. Goodbye.
Is it accurate that you are considering an executive order to reclassify marijuana under the control?
We are considering that.
That's right.
I want all A's.
Okay.
No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes.
Don't take drugs. Okay? Raise your hand. What people ask, what do I tell? I said to my kids, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. Raise your hands, kids. I promise Donald J. Trump.
He didn't say he wanted children to try the festivities. Like what? Are they playing these?
That I will never take drugs.
Based.
All right, kids, come here.
They promised you. Now keep your promise to them. Don't schedule marijuana. Who's this retard?
That sounds dumb.
Who's this retard? Luke? Luke's a retard. Oh! You're quoting the Bible. I see. Okay, it's one of these situations. Yeah. It's the Bible. Emotional blackmail? Yeah, right. What a stupid thing to say, by the way. Like, we give people fentanyl in hospitals, right? Like, I think they give women fentanyl for child.
If it's made legal, is it still a drug? I don't think so.
Birth in some cases. Am I accurate about that? I think that's one of the uses of it.
Unless it's extreme.
Like, it's just such a stupid fucking argument. It's unbelievable. But Lord of the Rings, I know, it makes me so mad. This guy has Lord of the Rings in his bio. What a dumb fucking thing to say. Like, as if, what's so ridiculous is that, oh yeah, you're going to decriminalize this for adults, and then you're trying to play it off like
that man's repping his favorite franchise or book series to the fullest.
Has something to do with him wanting, what is it? Do you think Trump wants kids to smoke weed? What are we talking about?
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
I want to emphasize that the order I am about to sign is not the legalization, or it doesn't legalize marijuana in any way, shape, or form, and in no way sanctions its use as a recreational drug. It has nothing to do with it. Just as the prescription painkillers may have legitimate uses, but can also do irreversible damage and never.
Of course.
If you look at some of the damage that can be caused, wreck lives, and if it's abused, it's never safe to use powerful controlled substances in recreational manners. And especially in this case, if you take a look, illegal and unregulated drugs, very, very bad thing. So I've always told my children, don't take drugs, no drinking, no smoking.
There you go.
And just stay away from drugs. I have been, they would look at me and they
adults will smoke next to children?
Saying that. I would say every time I looked at it practically. Young Americans are especially at risk, so unless a drug is recommended by a doctor for medical reasons, just don't do it. At the same time, the facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be
You got to live in reality. Thank God.
legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered in some cases. This may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers.
Yeah, it's like, why would you want somebody to go on a painkiller that's addictive in the same way that they could just go on weed and it's not as addictive? Like anything can be psychologically addictive. Like people can get addicted to like going to McDonald's, right? But I don't think it's really fair to say that the chemical addiction that certain opioids create is the same as addiction to marijuana.
They cause tremendous problems.
It's like it's a deliberate misrepresentation.
Lesser way can make people
vaping's
feel
gay.
much better.
True.
Living through tremendous pain and problems.
True. Yes, opiates are severe. Yeah, of course, right? And this is a great thing. I'm very happy about this.
RJ about to show me somebody reacting to, damn it. I said, no, you go and watch this girl react to The Wire. As much as I like the Wire, what's she reacting to? What episode? Season 1? The finale? I might want to see what this person reaction. I love that TV show. That's probably why it showed it to me. I've been watching a lot of video essays on The Wire. Anyway, like we came to see about Trump and the green. It's crazy out here in these streets. Good for him. Hopefully they make it fully legal where no states is blocking. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video as well.